Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. We're Pap and Bay Travels. I'm Dan.
And I'm Bob.
And welcome to our channel. If you haven't been here before, we are vloggers. We vlog travel days out in the UK, cruises,
Disney holidays, days out, attractions and parks.
unboxings, pin trading.
Yeah, a bit of everything.
And today is a announcement video. We don't like to call it announcement because we're not that important, but it's
An information video.
Yeah, about our next trip.
If you have been keeping up with our socials on Instagram, Facebook and wherever, you'll already know that we are planning this year in 22 days time as of day of recording.
Yep.
We fly over to Disneyland, California for our very first ever visit there, the original park. And then 5 days there.
5 nights.
5 nights. And then we fly to Walt Disney World, Florida for the 9 nights.
Yeah. So if you want to watch this series, if you want to get updates on the series, please subscribe to us, as we'll have lots of vlogs coming up. So as of the day you'll be watching this, it will be 2 weeks until we go, I think.
Yeah, on the day of release of this.
Yes.
Whether you watch it or not on that day is another matter.
Okay, yeah, on the day this is released. So as Bob says, we're doing the coast to coast.
Yeah, this originally started off as an idea of doing, we saw online an offer from another company doing Disneyland Paris, Disneyland California and Florida, and we thought, that's an idea. And then we just narrowed it down ourselves to California and Florida, didn't we?
Yeah, we do Paris a lot more than the other two. Well, we've never done California, but we do Paris more often, so we thought we'd cut that one out.
Yeah.
So the last time we were in Paris was in December last year, so 2023, if you're watching this in the future.
There are a couple of people on our social, our viewers like that, keeping track, saying I thought this was going to be California and Hawaii, because that was the original plan, wasn't it?
But we missed Florida.
We do, because by the time we get to September next month, it's going to be 2 years since we were last there already. And we just thought, no, Hawaii Alani can wait another year.
Yeah. And it's been since we were last in the States. It was 2022 we were last there. So
When
Hurricane Ian.
that's the one, when Hurricane Ian swept through.
So if you catch us looking down, just we've got a little PowerPoint thing down here. Yeah, that helps us.
Some memories aren't that good.
No. And we've broken it down into sections. So like pre-travel day, travel day, etc, etc. Little disclaimer on the video: some of this has been booked in ways that has made it cheaper for us. That sounds really sketchy, but I don't mean it like that. For example, some things we've booked through our travel agency. As we're independent travel agents, we can get travel agent rates, so that makes it cheaper for us. Unfortunately, we can't, if you were to come to us to book something, we won't be able to get you those rates because it's only for the people within the travel industry. And some things we've booked through friends that also work for companies, which we'll explain as we go through which costs this impacts. So we'll be completely transparent, so you know exactly what we've done. So the first category is pre-travel day.
Because we like to start the holiday nice and relaxed, not struggling and rushing to get to the airport the day of the flight. So where possible, wherever we're going, to France or to California in this case, or Florida, we always try to go the day before.
Yeah.
Stay in a hotel near the airport.
And to be fair, we're not far from the hotel because we're flying from the airport, because we're flying from Heathrow, but we don't want to risk getting stuck in traffic.
No. And it gives my parents an extra day, extra night here, babysitting all the animals, which they absolutely love doing, and keep asking when we're going away so they can come and look after them.
Yep.
So it's just to please mum and dad that we're going for the extra night, pre-travel day.
And it extends our holiday by an extra day.
Exactly.
Because technically, the holiday starts a day early. Yeah. So, yeah. So we're going to the hotel before, because our flight isn't until 10:45 the next day.
On the Sunday.
On the Sunday. So we're going up the Saturday. So where's it we're staying?
We are staying at the Holiday Inn Express Terminal 4.
Yeah.
I don't know if you stayed there before or not, have we?
I'm going to say I don't remember, because last time when I said we stayed here before, we hadn't. So
yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
We may have done. I know it's one that's not attached to the airport, so we have to drive to the airport, but it's like a 5-minute drive. So,
Right.
So that's fine, and we're not leaving our car at the hotel this time.
Right, okay.
So yeah. So we will be parking at the hotel for the night before. So that's just for one night, and then we'll be moving the car to the airport the morning that we fly.
And the hotel cost?
The hotel cost is £73.35. Now this was booked through our travel agency.
You said £73.
Did I? and the cost is £77.35. Now, this was booked as an agent rate through our travel agency, so this is not a rate that necessarily you can get. You may be able to get a deal about that good, but just as transparency, as I said, this was through our travel agency. And so the next category is travel day.
Best day.
It is, yes.
Because the longest amount of holiday you've got.
Yeah. And this is where the cost of things starts going up and up and up and up, because everything's expensive. For example, the first thing, parking.
Yep.
So we have booked parking at the airport. We've done it through Holiday Extras, again, through our travel agency business. So we've got agent rates. So the cost that I tell you will not necessarily be something you can get. You may be able to, as I said, but it was £198. Seems like a lot, but parking at the airports is always really expensive.
Yeah.
So that's 2 weeks of parking. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good deal at the time, so I can't really complain.
No? You know these facts and figures better than I do.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll stay at the hotel, and then of the morning, which I think we'll probably be leaving about 7 because we have to check in 3 hours early. 7 a.m. we'll drive round to the airport, and generally what happens with this kind of one, because I've booked a meet and greet type one,
Yeah.
you go to the short stay car park, to the place where this particular one is. I think this is actually Holiday Extra's own version of this, because on Holiday Extra's website you can book other companies, but I think this is their own one. You go to their little place where they've got their kiosk, you give them your keys, you go into the terminal. Basically, that's it.
Cool. Sounds straightforward.
It is really straightforward. Just sometimes people get lost when going to Heathrow because you've got to go into the short stay car park.
Yeah.
I don't understand short stay car parks. I was saying to Bob the other day, I don't understand how you can park in a short stay car park for the whole length of your holiday. What's that all about?
Yeah. I don't understand.
And as if you've watched this before, you know that we have to book a lounge.
A lounge.
A lounge,
Well,
darling.
we often book a lounge. We don't often get the lounge that we've booked.
No, we end up with a different
So
one.
in this case, again, we have booked Club Aspire directly with Number One Lounge.
Yeah, because they're the people that run it.
Yeah. But every time we've booked this in the past, which is like twice, if not 3 times before,
Yeah.
there's always been an issue. It's either been closed for some reason or there's not enough space. They've changed the time of the flight and then the lounge didn't have any vacancies at that time.
Yep.
So
Good fun.
we're trying again, and hopefully Number One Lounge this time we'll be able to get in, and that is £80.
And this one we booked directly. So again, as Bob said, directly, not agent rate. So it should be kind of rate you can get.
Yeah.
So I believe, I might be wrong, Club Aspire is the next step up from the normal Number One Lounge, but I'm not sure. So we thought we'd try it out and see what it's like.
If we can get in.
If we can get in. Yeah. We'll see. Next category is...
The outbound flight.
Yes.
Your favourite part of the trip, not. Because you absolutely hate flying. Terrified of it. You will do it to go on holiday, but you always have to clench my hands tightly. The issue being that in the past we've had seats that were separated. So
Yeah.
we've learned from our mistakes, and luckily each time somebody's changed seats with one of us to put us together, but we've learned from our mistakes and make sure we book it all early and in advance. And
Yeah, so I hate flying. I like the flight out more than I like the flight back, but that's just because I hate flying, and when we're going out I know I'm going on holiday, so that kind of sort of boosts my mood
on the
a little
flight
bit.
back, it's usually at night, so you can try and sleep for some of it. But
And I sometimes do. So yeah, we'll see. So who are we flying with?
we are flying with Virgin Atlantic from Terminal 3 to LAX.
Yes. So they only fly from Terminal 3, I believe, in Heathrow. So I can't remember what terminal I've booked our car park in. I'm hoping it's Terminal 3. If not, we'll be getting a tube.
Well, the hotel was Terminal 4.
I know, but I can't remember what I booked. It doesn't matter. We'll get there. It's fine. And we've managed to get premium economy both ways. Now, when I say both ways, we're going to LAX with Virgin, and then we're flying from Florida back with Virgin. There's a bit in the middle, which we'll talk about in a bit. But yeah, so premium economy on both of those flights, which is good. So we get like 2 checked bags, the bigger seats, and we're in the 2 individual seats on the side, so we don't have anyone sat next to us.
And I get the windy seat, looking out the window.
I get the windy seat 'cause I'm next to you.
Don't know what you're referring to. That's just turbulence. You're thinking it's me.
Yeah, I am, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I like looking out the window, seeing the clouds and the takeoff and landing, and you're there going, "No, my God, it's over yet."
Yeah, I panic all the time.
Bless you.
So again, to be transparent, we booked this through our friend who works for Virgin, and they are able to get friends and family rates. So again, you may not be able to get this rate yourself.
Unless you become very good friends with somebody who works for them.
Unless you work for Virgin as well.
Yeah.
But this was 2,290, which is actually a really good deal for premium economy because it can be over 3,000 sometimes for return. So I thought it was a pretty good deal. So we're really happy with that.
Yes.
At the end, we will summarise the costs of everything, so you'll know exactly how much we've spent on the holiday, not for food and stuff, because obviously we won't know that till afterwards.
And just trinkets and souvenirs.
Yep. Next section is our arrival in LAX.
And we land at 2:05 California time in the afternoon.
Yeah, which is a decent time, I think.
Yeah, it allows us time to get through all the security and everything, get to the hotel, and then still go out and enjoy ourselves.
Hopefully. Yeah, because normally when we fly to Florida, we end up landing at about 6 o'clock in the evening. And
All we get to do then is go finally get to a hotel, check in, and then go get something to eat and maybe explore the hotel a little bit.
yeah, I think last time we got to the hotel about 9 p.m.
Something like that.
Because I remember
Being
the
delayed
quick
and stuff.
service was closing soon.
Yes.
So yeah.
That was our first DVC holiday, wasn't it, at that point?
Yes.
That was September 2022.
So LAX, we have booked a private transfer. I looked through a few different places. I think on Disney's website they recommend Caramel, not Caramel, and not Caramel, but pronounced the way Americans do. It's actual Caramel. I think it's Karmel. But that came out more expensive than the one I got. So I did this through a company called 24/7. And so we got a return for $188, which is about £144. We may have been able to do that cheaper with Uber or Lyft once we got there, but again, there's no guarantee. And we've got a luxury SUV, I think it is, so we've got enough space for our baggage in case we have more.
See, I didn't even know this, so this you did tell me and I've forgotten, but yeah, that's good. I'm learning things.
I may have done. See, even Bob doesn't know the information for the whole day.
No. I just go, where are we going? When are we going? I'll put the time off work. Thank you.
Would you like to talk about the accommodation?
Yes. The accommodation is the villas at Disneyland Hotel. And we are there for 5 nights. That's the DVC exclusive buildings, isn't it?
Yes,
Villas.
they built a new tower for them.
Just in the last couple of years, isn't it? It's gone up.
Yeah, I think it only opened at the beginning. Last
year, I think.
Maybe, yeah.
And this is booked through our DVC points, Disney Vacation Club.
So
Which,
no
for those who don't know, DVC, it's like Disney's version of a timeshare, but better.
Yeah.
You get points throughout the year. You can use throughout the year at different resorts. So we have got a video about that back on our playlist if you want to go looking for that. And,
Yeah, we'll link it below.
Yeah.
And we'll put it in the card in the corner. I don't know which way it is, but yeah.
Yeah, no idea. But that's 98 of our points.
Yes. We get 200 points a year, and we'll tell you how much the next leg of it is in a bit, and then we'll explain how we've done it. We've also got tickets for the park. We have booked 4-day tickets, not with a park hopper, so 1 day, 1 park.
Apart from the day when we're doing Oogie Boogie Bash. Because I think we're doing it so you can use the park, Disney Park in the morning, and then Oogie Boogie Bash is in California
Yeah.
Adventure, so we can be sneaky and use both parks.
Yeah, because your Oogie Boogie Bash, does it get you in? Yeah, it gets you into the park, yeah. I get confused.
That's what you told me anyway, so I'm hoping that's
Pretty
the
sure
case.
that's right. I will check the information and we'll put it on below just to confirm. But I'm pretty sure normally that's what they say and what you can do. So that cost us £664 through attraction tickets. We booked it directly with them. We've used them many times and we're pretty happy with their service. Bob wouldn't know because he never does it, but I'm pretty happy with it.
You enjoy it too much. I wouldn't like to deprive you of doing it. But
we decided to go for the 1 day, 1 park a day because the park hopper added on quite a bit extra. So the next section is just plans while we're in the Disneyland parks. So that's Disneyland as well as California Adventure.
so obviously everything there is going to be new to us. We've done obviously versions of some of the rides and places at Florida and Paris. But yeah, we've the 2 main ones we've booked restaurant wise. Cafe Orleans.
Yeah, because we saw a video and we really liked some of their food.
Yeah, it sounded really nice. And Trader Sam's Enchanted Tiki Bar. Now, we've done the outside bar of the Trader Sam's at Polynesian
Florida.
for a couple of drinks in Florida, but haven't been inside their one.
No.
And obviously, this is the original version anyway in California, so
So,
it took you a lot of attempts to book it, didn't it?
yeah. So the reason we haven't been in the Florida one is because you can't book that ahead of time, and it's got a a walk up list only, which goes like that. I think we went last time not long after, and it had filled up straight away. So,
But to be honest, I was quite happy. It was quite nice out on their terrace.
nice, yeah. But I want to experience the whole thing. The one in Disneyland, you can book it in advance, so that's good. But the time it went up, the time it was meant to go up, it was gone within a couple of seconds every time for that day, because you can book them 60 days in advance. But eventually I got one. So
We were walking around Smith's toy store, weren't we? And you said it was like 5 minutes until the opening time. I said, well, check it now, just in case. And literally with a couple of minutes before the opening time of 2 o'clock, wherever it was up, and you managed to book one.
yeah, thank God.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to those.
Yeah.
Other than food, rides,
Yeah.
there are ones we're going to try and prioritise.
Yeah, anything new, mainly.
So, Toad's Wild Adventure, or whatever it's called. Alice in Wonderland, I really want to go on because I love the film, and classic films, I want to see what the ride's like. The original Pirates of the Caribbean, I want to go on because
I want to compare.
we want to compare, because a lot of the rides in Disneyland Paris, in our opinion, are better than their Florida versions. But we want to see how the third version compares. So
Yeah.
Pirates and Haunted Mansion and things like that. Big Thunder.
Want to try the Matterhorn, even though that's probably going to kill our backs.
But it can't be any worse, surely, than Space Mountain in Florida.
I believe it's the same.
Exactly, so that was
I believe it's exactly the same. So,
Bone Shaker.
yeah, so that'll be fun. Yeah, and we have also booked Oogie Boogie Bash.
Yes, as we mentioned briefly just now.
Yes, I know. Bob's getting ahead of himself. He's not following the script.
Don't keep looking down all the time.
But yeah, we got that pretty easily actually. When it went up on sale, we had to join like a wait list on the website. So you logged into the website and it says you're in a queue. It's going to take about this much time, and we got the tickets for the date we wanted. No issues at all. So
Yeah,
pretty happy with that.
it just seemed to take a long time, but in my head, because for months we were going, come on, when are they releasing the tickets for this? Come on,
Yeah.
it seemed like a long wait to be able to get the tickets. Once it actually went live,
Yeah.
we got them really quickly.
Yeah.
Well, you got them really quickly. I was at work at the time, I expect so.
No, you were in the bedroom at the time because I remember coming into you saying, "Oh, it's in the wait list."
There we go. See, that's how bad my memory is. I didn't remember.
Yeah, we've never, as is probably obvious, we've never done Oogie Boogie Bash because we've never been to California. We've done Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
We are tempted this. Sorry. We are tempted this time. Or at least I'm trying to tempt Dan to actually dress up for Halloween. So I've recently done a pin trading event, and we did Disney Bounding for the first time, and we've quite enjoyed it. Which would be last week's video as you watching this.
Yeah. Which we'll link in the comments below.
Yeah. We thought actually Disney Bounding is obviously where you just dress loosely to the colours and theme of the character, not actually as dressing as the character.
Yeah.
But for Halloween, it's the only time that Disney will allow adults to go actually dressed in costumes
Yeah.
into the parks. And we've been to the ones in Florida. Some of the families and the people walking past, their outfits are brilliant, aren't they? So we're not sure if we'll definitely do it. For a start, we don't know how warm it's going to be over there, California in the evenings. But yeah, we're hoping to dress up.
I've got a Stitch onesie. I might just throw it on.
Yeah. Well, you've got a really baggy, cheap one that I bought you years ago online, which was way too big for you. So we did suggest maybe cutting off a little more like a hoodie.
Yeah.
So it's not too thick and warm for you. Just wear the hoodie part and maybe just put some blue shorts on or something.
Possibly.
We'll see. I want to maybe do Maleficent because I got my nice Maleficent hat, but it wouldn't go with your character. So
It doesn't need to.
I know, but we'll see.
But yeah, so that's on the 17th of September. We're doing that. We're excited for that. And that cost us $308 at the time of booking. That equated to about £238. Now I have noticed that the exchange rate's gone up in our favour recently. So right now that would be slightly different. It would be less, but just at the time that's what it was. I could log in and tell you what it is now, but yeah.
So anybody got any suggestions for potential characters we could go as? Let us know in the comments, and how warm or cold is it usually in September in the evenings in California?
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Will we be sweating to death if we wear too much, or is it quite cool in the evenings? We've seen conflicting.
Yeah, we saw Brogan Tate's video, and she went around the same time. She got a bit cold in the evening. She wore a coat at one point. That might be she's just a cold person. So we do have one other plan while we're in California.
Yes, we on the day because we got 5 days there.
Yeah.
And a 4-day ticket. So the day we're not going in the middle of the holiday to the parks, we're going to go to Universal Studios.
Yes.
Particularly because we want to see the Nintendo Land.
Yeah, and I know that's coming to Florida soon. I think that's next year, 2025. In case you're watching this in the future. But yeah, I'd want to go and see it while we're there.
We obviously want to see all the rest of the stuff as well as there while we're there, but yeah, mainly for the Nintendo World and try all the food and stuff. And it should be fun.
We actually got those tickets again through attraction tickets for £182, and the ticket that we got actually gets us another day free if we want. So if we go on the whatever day it was, I think 18th, we could then go another day after that. But unfortunately, we don't have enough time to do 2 days, so it would have been the same price if we didn't have the buy one get on free. But yeah,
Honestly, get really bored one evening, which is unlikely.
Yeah, unlikely, and I think it's going to cost us a bit to travel there. So.
Yeah, exactly.
So then once we've done, so in California, we're going to be going, we'll be eating in other places, in the village, I can't remember what the village is, downtown Disney, I think it is.
Yeah.
But you can say something?
I know that we've been watching lots of other people's vlogs from Disneyland. But do you abbreviate it to DLC or DLR? Because we keep calling it DLC in our little chats to each other because it's Disneyland California, like Disneyland Paris is DLP, but a lot of time we also see it as DLR for Disneyland Resort.
Yeah, which I think is what it is, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what DLC is downloadable content.
Well, it is, yeah.
But yeah, so I'm not sure if you see it online in socials, we're calling it DLC, it's DLR, whichever it is. But any suggestions for places to eat? Because we do watch other people's vlogs, and every time we see a place selling something that looks really nice and tasty, we go, oh, actually, we like that.
Yeah.
Add it to a little list in our Trello app.
Yeah.
So any recommendations for particularly nice, tasty snacks that we shouldn't miss out on? Or
Snacks or meals, yeah.
Let us know.
I'd say mainly quick service, but let us know in table service just in case we can get them. But at this point, they might all be sold out anyway. So not sold out, booked out. That's it. Yeah. So then once we finished in California, we then transfer from California to Florida. So we've got another transfer back to the airport again with the same company, 24/7 ride, and that's the same. Like I've already mentioned the cost. So if you want to know how much the cost was and you weren't listening, you have to go back because I can't tell you off the top of my head. We might put it on the screen just so you remember how much it is. And we're flying with.
We are flying with American Airlines.
Yep.
In economy.
Yeah.
For £333.20, which includes a checked bag each.
Yeah. So you can pay for more checked bags when we get there. So if we do end up buying lots of souvenirs, we can just pay. I think it might be like $50 each. It's a lot, but
I'm more likely to buy lots of souvenirs in California than Florida because we've never been there before.
Possibly, depends what they've got with specifically California on it. Some of it might be the same across both parks, so we'll have to see. We'll just have to see what we do, what happens. I think it's only a 5-hour flight, I think. I say only, there's still quite a lot, but so it shouldn't be too bad in economy.
So even though we've got 2 bag allowance each on the flight from here to California,
yeah,
we're gonna have to make sure we condense it down. Unless we
buy it, just pay
for
extra.
more.
Yeah, you can do that. So just have to see how much it is. So we do land in MCO quite late, so 7:03 p.m. This is the reason why we probably won't do the coast to coast again.
Because it loses us a whole day, basically.
Yeah, in the parks.
Parks, because we won't be able to do much in the morning at California end.
Well, no, because our flight's at like 11.
Yeah.
So we have to be there a couple of hours.
By the time we've checked out, got to the airport and everything else. So nothing to that end. And then nothing much to do the Florida end, again, because it's going to be sort of arriving, getting through security, getting to our connection transport to get to the hotel, check in, and then it's a case of, well, you can't get to the park that day because we don't have a park ticket for that day, so it'll be a case of...
well, we will have a park ticket. for that day if we want to.
Okay, so no, we don't normally.
We've got a 14-day ticket and we're only there for
Of course,
9.
yes.
So yeah, but we'll talk about that in a second about the tickets. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why we probably won't be doing this again. Or if we did do it, probably do it the opposite way around.
I think we did say that the what we might do that first evening is just go to Springs, won't we?
Possibly. We may go to the park, and you'll know why once we tell you where we're staying, because we're quite close to one of the parks. But that's in possibly, I don't know, it's an option. It depends if it's still open, I don't know what time it's open to. The problem is with security at Florida is it can take you a while to get through. Normally, if you're international, we're coming from LAX to Florida, so I'm hoping it doesn't take too long. But I don't know because I've never done internal flights. But normally when you come from the UK into Florida, sometimes you could be stood in the immigration queue for 2 hours. Now, I don't know, because we're not technically coming from outside the country, whether that's going to be quicker. We'll see. We've never done it.
Yeah.
Be an experience. We've done our normal transfer from the airport to the hotel, which was through Mears Connect. They are who used to run the Magical Express. They also used to have a rival called Sunshine Flyer for a while.
They now absorbed into themselves.
They bought them out,
yeah.
Yeah, we've done Sunshine Flyer before, and we didn't think too much of it because of the waiting area was like outside.
The coaches look pretty with all the they look like locomotives, but that's about it. And all the staff waiting at the airport all in their sort of
By the little whistle.
Yeah, the little caps, train driver caps and dungarees and stuff. But so the theming was good. But yeah, we prefer Mia's because apart from the house, you wait inside in the air conditioning.
Yeah, and they've been doing it for ages, so they know what they're doing. So it's always good. That was £67.20 for the two of us.
$67.
$67.20 for the two of us, which equates to about £52.13 at the time of booking. Again, maybe different at the time.
Yeah, because rates have gone up and down. So.
Yeah, they've actually, as I said, they've gone up quite a bit recently, and I bought some travel money the other day, and I'm like, oh, we should wait a few days, but hey. Anyway, so now let's talk about the accommodation, which I'm quite excited about.
Yeah, we are staying for the first time at the villas at the Grand Floridian. We've toured around the Grand Floridian, looked at one of their DVC room tours, had a mooch around the shops and that. I think it's so beautiful in there. This will be the first time we've ever stayed there.
Yep.
And that'll be for 9 nights to round off the last of the holiday. And that was 191 DVC points.
So the reason we have more than 200 points is because we banked some from last year, because where we didn't go to Florida last year, we've got some points that we can bank. So we also sold some as well at some point because we weren't going to use them in time. But yeah.
So you can carry points over from the previous year.
Yeah.
And you can pass some forwards, obviously, to the following year, but you've still only got limited time to use each year's points.
Yes, if you carry points over from the previous year, you can't then move those points on again. Those ones are then stuck in that year. They can't go further on. Only the points from that year can go on to the next year. So we have lost, I think, about 8 points or something because we carried over so many and we haven't used all them. But there's nothing we can do with those 8 points. We can't book a night for that. So.
And you can't really sell 8 points. Nobody's going to buy just 8 points.
No, they're not. So we're really excited about that. And that's why I said we may go to a park. Depending on what time we get there, we may pop to Magic Kingdom, for example, because we're going to be quite close.
Yeah.
It depends. And we're not that close to Springs. So in theory, we could just go into the park. But we'll have to see what time we get there.
We do need to go to the Springs at some point, though, because we do like it there. And there's a nice big pin trading shop, pin buying shop.
Of course we're going to go there.
Yeah. Which means from there, to or from there, go the obligatory flying visit to...
French Quarter.
Yeah, because we absolutely love, as we mentioned many times before in our holidays, we love the Port Orleans French Quarter because that's where we honeymooned 5 years ago.
And our first holiday there.
In fact, this holiday will be our 5th anniversary.
Well, our fifth anniversary celebration.
Yeah. We originally got married in the August, but we waited until the September, a few weeks later, to go on the honeymoon because it's cheaper, quieter, and then therefore, even though we have just celebrated our 5th wedding anniversary the other week, we didn't do anything special for it because we're going on holiday and we're calling it our 5th wedding anniversary celebration. So that'll be what we'll be putting on any buttons that we get. What you're celebrating our 5th wedding anniversary.
And truth be told, the honeymoon was booked before the wedding was anyway. So, but that's another story for another day.
Yeah, it was a holiday. We made it a honeymoon.
Yeah. So the tickets, as I said, we booked a 14-day ticket. It seems like a lot, but When you buy basically the 14-day tickets, it's 14 days for the price of 7. So
It's their standard running offer
Yeah.
they've always had, isn't it? You buy 7 days, you get 7 days free.
and we needed, like, we were there for 9 nights, so we needed more than 7 anyway. So it just made sense, and that was £998 for the 2 of us. Again, through attraction tickets, which I've already linked to our My Disney Experience. We do not need to book park reservations this time because they're dated tickets, so we don't need to book those, which is good.
Because previous years we've had to choose in advance which park we're going to on which day in Florida, and then work everything else around that, haven't you? But this time we haven't got any of that.
No.
And the what else has it's changed? It's no longer Genie Plus, is it?
No, it's Lightning Lane Plus, I think.
And you can actually go back to booking them in advance, can't we?
Yeah, but it's all an extra cost. We haven't done any of that at this point because you're going to do it 7 days in advance, and you can only do it when you're in America. There was a workaround recently, but that workaround has seemed to have been stopped. You can't use a VPN, for example, but we'll sort of discuss that probably while we're there on holiday, because we're probably going to be doing some of it while we're in California.
Yeah,
So,
booking the reservations for Florida or in California.
yeah. So we won't go too much into detail, and that's kind of not we can't really factor that cost in because we don't know how much we're going to be spending on that right now. So plans while we're in Florida in Disney World, there are a fair few we have. So we booked a few experiences, a few restaurants.
We have booked to go back to. There's some places that we went to on our honeymoon 5 years ago, which we didn't vlog. We weren't vlogging back then.
No.
Well, sort of. We recorded some stuff. We have got some videos up on our channel from then.
It's not vlogging though, is it?
It's not actual to camera vlogging it. So look, this is a parade. This is a Muppet show. Or whatever. But there's some places we went to eat on that honeymoon, and we've not been back to them since. So we haven't been able to put them on the vlogs. No. So we're partly going back because it's our special anniversary. Obviously, every anniversary to us is special, but 5 is a big number after your first one.
It's an excuse.
5 is the first big milestone one after the first one. Nobody knows that. So we're going back to some of the places we get at then for our own benefit, and obviously then it's a bit of fresh content for you. We're not going to the same places every time.
Yeah.
And there's some new ones we've not been to before as well.
Yeah, so we can experience them and show you what we feel about them.
Some are lunches, some are breakfasts, some are dinners.
Yep.
Tea time. It's tea time in the evening, not dinner time.
So we'll talk through these. We'll tell you which ones we're doing.
Yeah, but some of the ones we've done before off camera that we're going back to are like Skipper Canteen, Hollywood and Vine,
Garden Grill,
Cellier, Tiffin's. Ones we loved but not been back to since.
Yep.
Well, I wouldn't say we loved the Garden Grill, but it was good. Yeah,
it's okay.
But we want to give them another chance, and it's nice being on the rotating thing and sit here in parts of Living with the Land because we love that ride. And there's brand new ones not been to before, like Space 220.
Yeah, we're going to the lounge.
And Raglan Road.
Yes, and we're doing Ohana for dinner.
Yeah, we did breakfast, didn't we? Before?
So we've done breakfast on our honeymoon, but we haven't done it for dinner. So that's good. It's like an all-you-can-eat meat on the skewer type thing.
Meat.
Yeah, lots of meat. We're also doing Topolino's Terrace for dinner for
breakfast.
We're also doing Topolino's Terrace for breakfast because we really enjoyed that. I know exactly what I'll be having if it's still there. So
same here. You'll be having the whatever it was waffles.
Yes, the waffles.
And I'll whatever waffles they were, I forget now.
Sour cream.
Sourdough, sour cream, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'll be having the bagel. Build your own bagel. Whoa, I'm spinning. Stifling my fun.
So a couple of them are character meals. So Topolino's Terrace for breakfast, character meal. Garden Grill for lunch will be a character meal. Hollywood and Vine is a character meal, but we've also booked it as a Fantasmic package. So we also get entrance into the, I don't know what it's called, like the reserved area for people that book the package. So we haven't seen Fantasmic, so we're looking forward to that. One extra one that is not on our list because I only booked it the other day and I forgot to update this is storybook dining at Artist Point in Wilderness Lodge.
See the evil queen, but don't call her evil to her face.
Evil, she's the queen. And Snow White and
Grumpy and Dopey.
Yeah, a couple of them. It looks really good. It's a bit of an experience as well. Not cheap. So
That's a bit of expense as well.
yeah, as you will have seen, if you know Disney World, you'll know that some of these are expensive meals. For example, Celia, Tiffin's, and Storybook Dining, they're not cheap restaurants. So yeah, we just want to give them a go again. It may not be we do them very often again because they're expensive.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's our plans for eating. There is a couple of new rides we're looking forward to doing.
Well, I don't know how much longer forward to squeezing into the seats, but we haven't been on Tron yet.
Well, they've got the seats on the back if you're not going to be able to get in the normal one.
I know, because we've been saying for like a year, we must lose weight before September, must lose weight before September. Yeah.
Meh.
Easier said than done.
Yeah.
So I know there will be a tester seat, there usually is, but they're always right out in the open. It's really embarrassing people to sit on them.
Yeah, but everyone does it, so you should be fine.
Yeah, I can sit on the back if I have to, but yeah. I'm sure I'll be able to squeeze myself into the
absolutely.
allegedly uncomfortable seat on Tron.
I can't think it's going to be that much different from being on Flight of Passage because you're basically on a bike in the same position. So yeah, we'll see. And then there's Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I can't talk at all today, which is the old Splash Mountain.
Yeah, I've seen one full ride through so far, and it looks brilliant.
It does, yeah.
I know it had lots of teething problems because it opened early, didn't it, for like sort of testing.
Yeah.
And it kept stopping apparently, but I think that was up and running properly. It should be good.
Yeah, the animatronic of Tiana looks amazing. Looks really fluid. So
one thing we won't be doing this year is because we're doing a Oogie Boogie Bash. We won't be doing
Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party because we've done it twice now. We like the parade and stuff. It's really busy though. I know Oogie Boogie Bash is probably going to be busy, but we wanted to experience that one and just give this one a miss. So
yeah,
we'll
do that next year when we go back.
Yeah. We've booked an experience for Bob. Well, it's not just for Bob, but one that Bob really wanted to do. I wanted to do it too, but he kept asking if we can do it, and we managed to book it, which is
Behind the Seats.
Yes.
Because Living with Land, even though some people find it a boring ride, we don't. We really like it. It's a nice, calm ride. We like the glass house and all the fruits and crops and everything. And each time we've been there, well, the last 2 or 3 times we've been, this is going to be our 4th trip in total, isn't it? So the last 2 were both in 2022 and it was closed. Didn't open until literally like a week or 2 after we came back. I can't remember why we didn't do it on the honeymoon, whether it was we just didn't know about it or whether...
Yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, we're really looking forward to that. I don't think you can film much of it, but we'll see.
Well, you can just not film the bits when you're backstage, but when you're in like the actual greenhouses and you see the boats going by and people stood there, you can film there.
Yeah.
Because you're not technically backstage, because that's open to the public. So
yeah.
So that was $78, which was about £60.93 at the time of booking. We could have probably got DVC discount on that, and I didn't think about it till after I booked it. So I've just sucked up the fact that we may have missed out on that discount.
Rebook it. Cancel and rebook.
I don't know how I'd do it.
No.
If I want to get DVC discount, maybe we just book it on the day. I don't know, but hey, we booked it now, so yeah. I don't want to risk losing it.
At least you've got it. Yeah.
Yeah, and to be fair, it would have only been 10% probably, which would have been like $7 off.
Oh yeah, it's not worth.
So it's not a major issue. Yes, every penny counts, but you know, hey ho.
That's barely the price of a snack in Disney.
So that's pretty much everything we're doing while we're in Florida. Well, not everything, because we're going to be doing lots of stuff. Like, for example, the Food and Wine Festival will be on, so we'll be doing food booths.
And we'll probably at some point go out of the Disney bubble.
Hopefully, we need to go to the
Disney Character Warehouse at Vineland Premium Outlet.
That's one thing we didn't mention earlier with California. We're also going to try and get to the outlet at, I think it's called Orange. It's called Outlet Orange in California. They don't have a Character Warehouse, but
they have boxed lunch.
Which has some really good pins. So.
And lounge tray bags and stuff, I think. But yeah, we did originally, a few months ago, toy the idea of going back to places like Cheesecake Factory. I'm not sure if actually going to now, even though I've got those other meals booked. Might be a bit... I don't know.
I think the issue, because we're only there for the 9 nights this time.
Instead of 14.
Yeah, I think we're going to try not to do too much outside of the bubble this time. Next year, when we go again with friends, which you'll see in next year what the plan is, then probably, because we'll let them experience some other bits outside the bubble.
Whether they like it or not.
Yeah, they'll do it. But yeah, that's that's it pretty much. That's what our plans are going to be. We're just going to see how it goes. We're not going to too strictly confine ourselves to too much.
No.
So then the last bit will be travelling home. I mean, I'm not sad right now because we haven't even gone yet, so but it will be sad on that day.
Yeah. Our transfer back to MCO, as we said before, is with Mia's Connect.
Yep. So again, that's in the price we mentioned earlier.
And the flying is, as we said before, with Virgin in Premier Economy, and that's on the 29th of September, landing in Heathrow on the next morning at the of the 30th.
Yeah. I can't remember what time we land, but that's the Monday. Now, you may notice that we're flying on a Sunday and flying back on a Sunday. And the reason that was, if I can remember correctly, there was some reason we couldn't get the flights on the Saturday at the time, and I can't remember why.
Start off with, we originally looked at it, but I couldn't get the Friday off work to go up the night before. So when we looked at certain flights,
Yeah.
there were companies that we were going through that were cheaper usually, but they didn't have them on that flights on Saturdays.
Okay, yeah.
I can't remember what the company was, but the one you wanted to use don't fly on Saturdays.
Yeah, I can't honestly remember.
So this means that we're flying back on the Sunday, arriving back early hours of the Monday, and then I have to try and sleep, or I will, because I've got work on the Tuesday.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't let me have the extra day off.
Yeah, I think in theory we could have changed it then to be the Saturday when then we went through our friend, but with Virgin. But it doesn't matter; it's done now. So
Yeah.
originally, he didn't even have the Monday off until about a week ago when I realised.
Not you, yeah.
Yeah, going I better actually take that day off as we're not landing till like 9 o'clock in the morning. So, but anyway. So we'll just do a quick breakdown of the cost summary, and then we'll talk about the bits that we're really excited about, because you might want to know, you might not care, but we'll give a quick cost breakdown.
So if I list the things and you list the prices?
Yes, and then we'll give you the total cost that we've paid up to this point, not including food or anything, because we haven't done any of that.
So pre-travel hotel.
£77.35.
Airport parking.
£198.
Airport lounge.
£80.
International flight with Virgin Atlantic.
£2,290.
LAX return transfer.
About the equivalent of £144.
Disneyland tickets.
£664.
Oogie Boogie Bash.
About the equivalent of £238.
Universal tickets.
£182.
Internal flight with American Airlines.
£333.20.
MCO return transfer.
About the equivalent of £52.13.
And the Disney World tickets.
£998.
Which was a grand total for this holiday upcoming of
£5,256.68.
bargain.
In our finest telephone voices. Yeah. It's not cheap, obviously.
It's Disney.
Yeah, it's Disney. It's cheaper because we don't have to pay for accommodation in Florida if we were to do that.
That's all paid for with our DVC.
Yeah. If we to add that cost on, that would be a hell of a lot more. Especially as the ones we're staying in.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it really. If you want any more information about it, do comment in the box if you want to ask any questions.
Is there anything we forgot to list, or you want to double check, or just ask us? Keep all comments family friendly, obviously.
Yeah.
Or you just get blocked anyway.
Yeah. So,
Needle pulling thread.
what are you looking forward to? You're not allowed to say spending time with me or any variation of that. Because I know that that's the main thing.
Yeah.
but what specifically are you looking forward to? Like, is there a specific meal, a specific ride?
I think it's going to be the California part of holiday. As much as I love Florida, we have been there 3 times before. I know there's different things each time, and so for now, for example, they finally sorted out Epcot. Most of that hoarding and boarding stuff's down.
Thank God.
And all the new areas open, everything like that. So it's all new stuff to explore. But California, the whole park is brand new.
Yeah, it is.
So even though there's rides that we're not in a rush to go on as much because we've been on other versions of them, just experiencing Walt's original land that he's walked around, the rides like Alice, and I know they're only short little dark rides, things like that. I want to do things like Big Thunder Mountain, see how that compares, like we said. So yeah, I think it's going to be just experiencing the atmosphere, because it's a quieter locals park.
Well,
Allegedly quieter, because, and obviously we're going to have to do the thing where we walk down Main Street, see the castle, and go,
where is it?
Because apparently everybody does that who's been to Florida and goes, is that it? Because the castle's so much smaller. But
Yeah.
I think it looks pretty.
But it's the original, so
It's Walt's castle.
yeah, it's where it started. So that's going to be really nice to see where it all started from. And granted, most of it's probably changed from the original, but it's still going to be good. I think mainly for me, one thing I'm really looking forward to is Haunted Mansion with the overlay.
Yes, because it will be the
Nightmare Before
Nightmare
Christmas.
Before Christmas overlay, because they've left up, because they've obviously just been doing a refurb.
Yeah.
And because it's been closed since around the time of the last overlay,
Yeah.
apparently they just left everything up.
Yeah.
So the overlay is actually starting a few weeks earlier than normal.
Well, started. A few weeks
Started, yeah, because usually it would start
August.
time, but they already opened it a few weeks ago with the
July,
overlay in
yeah.
place. So so when taking it down, 'cause it takes a couple of weeks to put it back up again.
Yeah.
And there's obviously a new extended queue line being built and
Yeah, that's not really.
souvenir shop and everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's mainly the overlay. We've never done an overlay like that.
Even though it's not your favourite film. But,
No, but it's just going to be able to see how it differs, like what they managed to do with an overlay. I've seen videos of it, but like to see it in person and see what it actually looks like would be quite good. And yeah, I think that's I wouldn't say that's the main thing I'm looking forward to, but also like experiencing another new park. So Disneyland Park is going to be quite similar to the other Disney parks like Magic Kingdom and Disneyland Paris Park, but experiencing California Adventure, which is a brand new park, like completely everything new. It's like the Cars ride as well. I'm looking forward. Is that in California Adventure? Or is that in? I can't remember. But specifically, I'm looking forward.
Really looking forward to going on the big wheel, aren't you?
I'm not going on the big wheel. One thing that I may be doing, which if you've watched the videos, you'll know that scare the absolute bejesus out of me, is doing the
Tower of Terror.
What was it called now? Mission Breakout.
Because you've been on Tower of Terror in Paris once with me 5 years ago.
Hated it.
I've never heard you scream so loudly since. And you were shaking, thinking, you're going, oh my God, I thought I was going to die.
Some people said it's better because it's a bit more bouncy and you're a bit more distracted because you've actually got scenes you're looking at.
Guardians of the Galaxy that you're rescuing and stuff.
Yeah, whereas Tower of Terror isn't. You don't really look at much when you're going up and down. You get to look out over the park, but that's about it. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. It'd be good to see it though.
Content.
Yeah. It won't be our only trip to California, I can guarantee that, because there's so much coming to the parks. If you've watched the D23 updates, there's so much coming to both California and Florida
and Paris. Yeah.
So
maybe another time we'll go back to the original plan of going. The original plan was to go to California for a few days, fly over to Alani for a few days, which is their Hawaii resort.
Yep.
Then fly back to California for a few days, and then fly back to UK. So maybe another year. Won't be next year because we're doing Florida next year with our friends.
Yep.
But yeah, maybe the year after that.
Possibly. We'll have to see. We don't know yet.
Depends what we can afford. Depends how skip we end up coming back.
Yeah. There's going to be lots we're going to be buying. So, as usual, pins.
So we're not a big channel with lots of incoming money because we're a tiny little channel. So
yeah,
it's all coming out of our pocket.
Yeah, everything comes out of our pocket. We are monetized, but we don't make anything really from it. And we don't expect anyone to fund us, so don't worry. Even if we did have a Patreon, we would never push people to sign up to it.
I wouldn't even know what to put in, what perks to put in for a Patreon anyway.
Yeah.
But we almost certainly will be doing a giveaway.
Yes.
Because on our Disney holidays, not so much any other ones, but on Disney holidays, we do giveaways for the end of each Disney holiday series. Varies what's in it, depending on what we can get. But
what we'll try and do is, well, in California, we'll try and get things that are specific to California.
Yeah.
And maybe something that's specific to
Florida.
Yeah, Disney World. Yeah.
So if you want to watch out for that, again, I say please do subscribe.
Yes. Yeah, as Bob said, subscribe to our channel if you want to see more, and if you hit the little notification bell, you'll get notifications when we put a video up. There are other places you can follow us as well if you want to, which are
Instagram, TikTok, X/Twitter, because I'll dead name it and call it Twitter still because everybody does.
Not that we post on there very often.
No, it's a very dodgy site anyway. We have a Facebook group, and our website is puffandbeartravels.co.uk or .com, which gives you links to everything. But if you enjoyed this video and you've liked watching this, please give it a thumbs up so we know that you've enjoyed it.
You can give it a thumbs down if you like, because it does exactly the same thing, but we prefer a thumbs up so we know that you're actually enjoying it.
Why be negative?
Yeah.
But let's say, like we said before though, if you've got any other questions regarding this or anything else,
Within reason.
within reason, please just put them in the comments below. If you see any comments there that say along the lines of "Hi uncles, I love you," that's our little niece that always pops up. Bless her. So hi Aurora, if you're watching this.
Yeah.
Bless her. And yeah, is there anything else?
No, I think that's it. So thank you very much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll hopefully catch you in the next one.
Bye.